Kin Insurance is revolutionizing the homeowner insurance industry with a tech-driven approach, offering tailored coverage in high-risk areas that are sometimes overlooked by traditional insurers. We're going to find out more from the co-founder and CEO on this episode of Taking Stock.
We insure houses, and that's a really big industry, right? It's a $150 billion industry in the US. If you own a home, you pretty much have to have insurance on it. But the two things that we do differently are most homeowners insurance is actually sold through these local brokers and agents. It's 95% of it. We don't do that. We go direct to the customer, which enables us to save a lot of money and pass that savings on to the customer. The second thing that we do is we're really, really good. Think about it. Homes are so different, right? Like you and I, we could be next door neighbors and we're gonna get hit by the same weather, because that's what you're insuring against, is the weather. But our homes are built different, so they're gonna have a different result. And what we're really good at is using technology to scrape up thousands and thousands of variables about your home, so we can really understand which homes are gonna do better when they get hit with extreme weather and have less damages, and which homes are gonna have more damages. And we can price it accordingly and then really market to the customers that have the really well-built homes. And so if you add those two things together, we can actually help customers. You've probably seen it in the news, right? Like California, Florida, Texas, all these places.
I was just going to ask you, everything happening with the wildfires in California, everything happening with the hurricanes in Florida, how does that change your business trajectory?
Well, we specialize in those markets. And that was not a cool thing to do when we started this company in 2017. No one was thinking about this, right? It wasn't cool. But now it's like every day in the newspaper, there's some natural disaster hitting somewhere. And the great thing is humanity can adapt to it, right? There's this whole narrative like we have to abandon California. No, we don't. But we are gonna have to build our homes a little bit differently, right? And invest in preventative technology so that when the big hurricane hits you, when the fire comes in your neighborhood, that your home isn't damaged. And that's what we're really good at doing, is finding the people that have homes that are more resilient and offering them a lower price, maybe offering them insurance that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. We're kind of trying to pick the good homes in the riskier areas of the country.
I see. So that's how you target your customer base, right? Because like you said, about 95% of the majority homeowners, they go through their local insurers.
Yes.
So that's how you target your guests. How do you go about searching them? What's the search?
Yeah. So the old way of doing it is you basically have, and it's crazy how many of these there are. There are 400,000 local insurance brokers and agents. And they're the ones that interact with the customer. And then they represent the insurance company, basically. So what we do instead is we market directly to those customers online. If you think about it, if you're trying to figure out something complicated, what do? Yeah, you go online, you search it, right? And this stuff has gotten really complicated, this insurance stuff, if you live in these markets where it's harder. And so we find those customers online. We specifically target the ones where we think that they have a well-built home with online advertising. They come to our website and they buy insurance.
And you've had significant growth, especially since its founding in 2016. You surpassed $1 billion valuation. You earned, that unicorn status. Talk to me about what you attribute the success to, and how are you going to continue this momentum for years to come?
We're providing something customers really need, right? And we're able to do it because of all it looks simple on the front, right? You come to the website, you type your address in, you get insurance. But in the back end, it's really, really complicated because we have to know all of these things about your home. So the amount of data science that's going into this to be able to understand the detailed traits of your physical home and what implications that has for its riskiness is like really, really complicated. We've been doing it for 8 years now, and we keep getting better at it every year. But that's what we're doing, right? We're able to make a product that these customers really, really need that they can't get somewhere else.
Speaking about the company's momentum and continued growth, I do want to turn to some numbers here, because in 2023, Kin recorded $38 million in total revenue during the third quarter compared to around $24 million the previous year. Why do you think there was such a significant spike?
Well, it really wasn't a spike. The last few years, so in 2024 and in 2023, we grew about 50% year over year, the number of customers we serve and the amount of revenue that we're collecting. And that's kind of where we are. We feel like we can grow at 50% year over year for a very long time. We're still super small market share. So last year, we had about $500 million of premiums under management. And that's from a $150 billion market. And that market is growing by about $10 billion a year, right? So we're tiny, like we're 0.3% market share.
How do you anticipate that you'll continue to stay innovative and ahead of the curve? I mean, like you said, we're seeing natural disasters happen around the world, right? Almost every day. Talk to me about your expansion plans.
Yeah, so right now we're in 11 states in the United States, and it doesn't sound like very much. Those 11 states are actually about 70% of the total market in the US. And we're going to add a few more states as we go, but we're in most of the US footprint, especially the states that do have more risk. And really from here, it's about getting more penetration into those states, right? Because we're still a very, very small company. And just continue really investing in our competitive moat and our data advantage and our technology advantage. You know, we have a data science engineering team that's really big. It's like half of the company. And it's really unusual. You know, most insurance companies, technology is kind of an afterthought, right? We are like first and foremost a technology company. The domain that we're applying it to is homeowners insurance.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, John, for joining me today on Taking Stock.
Thank you.